Test, test, test. Let me know how we sounding. Let me know how we sounding. Let me know how we sounding, yo. Test, test, test. Let me know how the music sounding. Let me know how the audio sounding. Alright, about to see if we're gonna look for a GBPJPY setup here. We're looking at possible GU buys, possible GBPJPYs. Then we're looking at possible NAS and gold sales. We're gonna talk about these prices in a second. Make sure to like the live as you'll hop up in here and subscribe if you have not already. You see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves as well. About to pull it up in a little bit. About to catch you to the chat in a second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Do 15 about to pop up in about 10 seconds. Alright, new 15 just popped up. Yes, I'm gonna jump in this. I like this right here. Yeah, so we're in this GJ setup right here. Give me 1 second, y'all. I gotta type some shit up. I gotta type the signal up. Just dropped a new video for y'all yesterday, though. Make sure to check that out after the live is over. All playlists are up to date. Yeah, we're in this one right here. And then with GU, we're looking for buys on GU as well. So we're either looking for a price to BCR maintain 34.50 as support, or looking for a retest at 34.30. Gold, we're looking for sales. Not looking for buys on gold. We did end up reversing last night, so we're only going to look for sales if we can BCR and hold 40.60 as resistance. Anything above that, I'm not touching gold today. And then NAS, we're either looking for a price. I'm gonna move this out the way. We're either looking for a price to retest 29.10 or BCR and hold 28.820 as resistance. That is the game plan for right now. Let me get this out the way though. Put this up here. Alright, cool. Alright, so we're just gonna let those do their thing. But we're in this GJ setup right here. Took a small buy setup on GJ yesterday, and then caught a nice gold sell yesterday as well. About to see what today's got in store. We just had GBP news pop off about an hour ago. Besides that, we have no other news, so we're still just waiting for volume and our confirmations to be met. So about to see if we can hold this level of support right here. All right, let's see what y'all talking about in the chat. What's going on? What's going on, Jordan? I see you up in here. Sounding good. Perfect. What's going on, Lana? What's going on, Card? What's it, Cardio? What's going on? So we're in this trade right now. It is doing a retest, so we're going to hold to SRTB gets hit on this setup right here, and then we're going to just wait for gold and NAS to our confirmations as well. Yeah, we're only in this setup right here, so let's see if we can hold this over support. Last week we caught some nice buy sets. We caught a nice buy set yesterday as well. Made a huge ass move last Wednesday, and we kind of retraced Thursday and Friday. And then yesterday the price was kind of chilling as well. So we're gonna be looking for a new higher high today. We're gonna be looking to see if we can make a new higher high today. So we're just waiting for the volume to kick in. Did a nice move last night during Tokyo session. So let's see what price does right here. If y'all got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. But you already know the drill. We already know the drill. Make sure to like the live if you have not already and subscribe. We just hit 6,500 subscribers. Let's get to 6,600. Let's get to 6,600. So we're looking to see if we can maintain this level of support and continue to push up. Can you give the NQ support resistance numbers again, please? Yeah, so for NQ, I gotta redo the NQ levels, so give me a second. But I got you. So with NQ, game plan's the same as well. So we're either looking for a price to retest 29,220, or if we can be sure I hold 28,960 as resistance, we could look for sales. Yeah, so we're looking for sales on NAS, sales on gold, and then we're looking for buys on GU and GJ. That is the gameplay. We're currently in this GJ setup. You already know the drill. We're holding to SRTB gets hit. It's doing a retest right here. A new 5 minute just popped up. Better see if we can have some volume to keep pushing and see if we can get a higher high made today. Oh, my bad. Let me get you off the screen. My bad. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free Signal, free Telegram. Y'all see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. But as far as how we're doing so far this month, went 2-0 yesterday, went 6-0 last week. And then the week prior, we went 8-2, giving us 80% win rate. So we lost only about 2 trades so far this month. Just picking up where we left off last month. Last month, June, we went 23 wins, 3 losses. And then quarter 2, we wrapped up 69 wins, 10 losses, giving us 87% win rate. Just like how we did on quarter 1. We literally been averaging 80 to 90% win rate on a weekly, monthly, and quarterly basis since 2022. So make sure to check this out. And again, there are fake Instagrams, there are fake TikToks. Those that be in the TikTok live, shout out those that be in the TikTok lives. That's why y'all hear me repeat that at least 20 times per live, because a bunch of fake accounts, they got similar links in bios, they got similar follower accounts, but they only have one TikTok, y'all. Only have one TikTok, okay? I don't care how similar the page looks, only have one TikTok. All right, I got people, unfortunately, getting finessed every day from these fake accounts, okay? Only follow that account. All right, so you're brand new to social media. Any big Instagram or TikTok account you watch a live in or follow, fake accounts will follow and hit you up impersonating that account. All right, so again, that's why I say that's my only TikTok account. So whether you have to, so this is what I want y'all to do. DM me on that TikTok or Instagram so you know that is the real account, because you don't see the DM saying, hey, I'm DMing the real account, and any other account follows, hits you up, that's another indication it's not me. All right, because I say that every day, but unfortunately, people keep on getting finessed, whether they don't hear me say that, they don't heed the warning, whatever the case may be. But again, y'all only have one TikTok, one Instagram. Alright. And that's scrolling at the bottom of the screen, so make sure to follow me on those. I post daily on both pages. Instagram playmaker_way, TikTok _playmakerway_. This is what GU's looking like right here. Got a new 5-minute about to pop up in a little bit. Let me see what y'all talking about in the chat. I had to take a day off after that nasty trading day. Are you talking about yesterday? You talking about after Friday? What day are you talking about? No problem, no problem. Alright, let's see how this plays out right here. We got another 15 about to pop up in a little bit. So NAS didn't quite retest this level, so we're not going to take that setup yet. And then gold, we're waiting for price to BCR and see if we can maintain 4060 as resistance. So market's still bullish for daily, but because it's pushing down, we move to sell instead of buys. No. If you're talking about NAS100, we're still in the downtrend on NAS100. We're still in the downtrend on gold as well. Gold just reversed, right? So we go into the daily time frame and look at gold. The reason why it's been pushing up last night is because it reversed yesterday, right? So we go look at on the daily time frame. Right? That's how price ended on Friday, right? How price ended on Friday, what do we see? We see we're in a downtrend, right? We see the lower high, we see the lower low. Right? It's just like we talk about in the TikTok lives, just like we talk about in the playbook. This is the lower high, this is the lower low. Right, this is the lower high, this is the lower low. So let me go ahead and pull out the playbook. Speaking of which, make sure you get your copy of the playbook as well if you have not already, but let me go ahead and pull it out. Alright, cool. The sale is still going on as well, by the way. The sale ends this week, but use discount code locked in. That's for everything. Oh, look right on the rules of the downtrend. Okay, so like it says here, right, the only way the uptrend will come into play is if we break past the lower high or turn the previous resistance level into a support level, right? So when we look at gold right here, that's what price did Monday. That's what price is doing today, right? So we're reversing right now. So we're not in an uptrend yet, but we did reverse. That's why I said we're only going to look for sales. We can break back down below this level. But yeah, so we're not in an uptrend. We're just reversing right here. Love the music. Yeah, me too. Can't go around with some jazz. All right, new 15 just popped up. So GJ is rejecting. That's why we wait for the BCR. I mean, not GJ. GU is rejecting. GU is still kind of chilling right here. We're still going to hold the SRT gets hit. There's still a valid trade. We're just waiting for volume. That's all it really comes down to. We're just waiting for volume. We talked about this at the beginning of the live, so make sure to rewind and watch the beginning, then come back to the present time. But yeah, we're still going to hold this to SRT gets hit. Let me see what else you're talking about. You say you sent me a screenshot, but I walked away at 65K, which made my buffer rule really big, so I can just catch weekly payouts for a while. My biggest accomplishment. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Shout out to you, my boy. Shout out to you. 65K. You what? Yeah, he wasn't playing around. Did you send me more screenshots? Cause your account disappeared. I don't know if you shut your TikTok down, but it disappeared, but it popped back up like last night or some shit. Next month is a month, 3 cents. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, so I always use the playbook, right? But again, I identify the trend on the daily time frame. So make sure to watch the trade breakdowns as well. Just dropped the trade breakdown for y'all yesterday. But yes, I identify the trend on the daily and then enter on the 5 and the 15. So this is rejecting right now, but it is what it is. It's part of the game. Like I say all the time, drawdowns are part of the game, SOs are part of the game, TPs are part of the game, retracements are part of the game. And even if this hits stop loss, we're still up for the week and the month anyways. So we're just going to hold this SO until it gets hit. Let's see what else we got. Again, if you got any questions, drop them in chat and I got you. Just reverse, yep. Yeah, it's just like the first, I don't repeat it in the downtrend, because since we got talk about the uptrend first, I don't really repeat it again when we go to the rules of the downtrend. But like the rules of the uptrend says, right, rejections, reversals happen, but does not always mean the trend is going to change. It could be the first sign of the trend changing, but doesn't always mean the trend is going to change. A perfect example is a couple weeks ago, right? A couple weeks ago, we was in a downtrend right here, right? This was the lower high. This was the lower low, right? This was like 2 weeks ago. And then we reversed, right? We reversed. But this reversal did not create an uptrend, right? Because when the volume picked up, it shot back to the downside, which is why we went for sales last week on gold, right? And then the downtrend continued and we made a new lower low. Right, so reversals don't always mean the trends are going to change. So that's why I want to wait until we're in an uptrend before I go for buys. But that's also why I'm still looking for sales, because we're technically still in a downtrend. But that doesn't mean I'm just going to blindly go for sales. I still want to look for sales at the best places. Alright, so that's why I'm only gonna look for sales down here. Yeah, but after that big ass push on Wednesday, G's just kind of been just chilling. We're also at a price we haven't been at since 2006, so that could also be the reason why price is reacting the way it's reacting as well. Right, we haven't been this high since 2006. We have this level of traffic right here, so we're gonna need some volume to break through this right here. But buys is still the move. We're in an uptrend, so buys is still the move. But as you can see, the past few days, we just haven't really been moving. Did a nice move last night. Looking to see if we can get a nice move happening during London session. But if not, we're just going to be back on the charts New York session looking for a setup. For example, yesterday we didn't take a setup at all London session. Both the sets we took was during New York session. Alright, so it'd be like that sometimes. But we're still going to hold the SRT if it gets hit. Oh, it's 3 months since finding me. Damn, 3 months already? I mean, it is July. Time do be flying. It's crazy how we're already in the halfway point of July. Not even the halfway point. We have like, what, one more week before July's over? Which is crazy, because I feel like it just was July. Yeah, next week's the last week of July, which is crazy. At least to me, I feel like time be flying. New 5 minute about to pop up in a little bit. But yeah, I was just holding the SR2 because hit. Gotta get this out the way because it keeps throwing me off. NAS and gold is still chilling. We did have GBP news at 2 a.m., but I didn't really do too much, at least for the charts I'm looking at. So we're still just waiting for volume and our confirmations to be met. Just dropped a new video for y'all yesterday. Make sure to check that out after the live is over. And again, if you got any questions, drop in the chat. When looking at your charts, drop in the chat. But we're just chilling, patiently waiting. But yeah, so this is why risk to reward is important as well. The reason why I don't really care or trip that much when I'm in drawdowns, one, because I'm okay with what I'm risking. I know exactly how much I'm risking. I'm okay with what I'm risking. But also, I know my winners are bigger than my losers, right? One, we obviously win more than we lose. But like I say all the time, the goal of trading is not to win every single trade. That's impossible. You're going to lose at some point. The goal is to make sure you win more than you lose and make sure your winners are bigger than your losers. So not only did we go 2-0 yesterday, we went 6-0 last week. But we literally only lost 2 trades so far this month. But even just the trades we took yesterday alone, if this was to hit stop loss, we still be up this week, right? Because we took a 1 to 2 hour setup on gold right here. And then we caught a nice 1-to-1 on GJ yesterday, right? So again, this is simple math. So let me put this in the chat as well. Because y'all don't understand risk to reward. Y'all about to understand risk to reward. I gotta find the video first, so. But let me put it in the chat really quick. If I can find it. I'm dropping so many videos. Alright, here we go. Drop this in the chat right here. Then we pull out the calculator. The handy dandy calculator. Right, so let's say we just use simple numbers. Alright, let's just say we use simple numbers, right? So let's say we're risking $100 per trade. Right? Let's say we're risking $100 per trade. So we took this gold setup right here. Not even gonna say 2.5, let's just say 1 to 2 RR. So 100 times 2. Simple math, 100 times 2. That's 200, right? So we started with 10K. We're up 200. And then we caught a 1-to-1 RR setup on GJ, which we can see right here, right? So even if this was a hit stop loss, one, we'd be 2-1 for the week, but two, we'd still be up for the week. You see what I'm saying? So that's why the math part is important. Again, like I always tell you, at the end of the day, this is investing, right? Yes, you can make a shit ton of money. Yes, I've worked a job for 4 or 5 years. But at the end of the day, it's investing at the end of the day, right? So you gotta get the math part down. Like I tell them every students all the time at Playmaker University, the trading is split into 3 parts: the charts, the trading strategy, and the trading plan. And you also throw trading psychology in that motherfucker. Then the third part is math. You gotta understand pips and points. You gotta understand RR, and you have to have the math part down. But yeah, we're still holding this to SR2 gets hit though. Like I said, buys is still valid, or we just need volume. That's all it really comes down to. We just need some volume right now. And then NAS and gold are chilling. We still are just 40 minutes into London, so it could try to do something the next hour or two, but the way NAS and gold are looking as of right now, it might not do that until New York session, but we just gotta wait and see. Same thing with GU, right? GU and GJ did big ass moves on Wednesday last week. And as you can see, kind of just struggling to break through this level of traffic right here. So we're just waiting for some volume. Yeah, that thing dropping. G dropping hard too. I want to see gold and NAS drop like that, but they kind of chilling right now. Let's see what this next 15 looks like though. Alright, so price either gonna push back up and fuck with us, or we're gonna have our stop loss get hit. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Shout out to those still in the live. I know people left like, man, we're not making no money. Fuck that shit. But this is part of the game. It's part of the game. We can take our price before we hit SRTP. Yeah, you can close a trade whenever. Now this trade's in drawdown, so there's no taking profits here. But let's say we was like here, right? Then yeah, you could take profit. I don't really like to take profits because that messes up the RR, right? So I either just move my SL into profit or I just close, right? Or I just hold the SL or TP gets hit. I don't really like to take partials and stuff like that because that ruins the RR. But yeah, you can close whenever. Like for example, like when we took this gold or GJ setup yesterday, like you could close whenever. That's the beauty of it. Like you don't have to hold till the TP gets hit or SL gets hit. But if you're in drawdown, you might as well hold till SL gets hit, right? Or TP gets hit, right? Because again, the stop loss is placed for a reason, right? You don't want to build that habit. Because that's all trading psychology is. Habits, discipline, and routine. Again, they don't want to say that because they don't know what it is. They're just copying and pasting viral videos, but that's all trading psychology is, right? Habits, discipline, and routine. So you don't want to build that bad habit of closing trades early just to cut losses or some shit like that right now. Again, if you're in profit, that's a different conversation. But if you're in drawdown, you might as well hold the SL gets hit or TP gets hit, right? Because that's why, because your stop loss is placed there for a reason, you know what I'm saying? And yes, sometimes it can hit your stop loss and push up, blah, 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 blah. There's always going to be some exceptions to the rule. But the reason why a lot of people struggle with trading is because as soon as that, because this is what happens, right? They have their trading plan, they have their rules. That one time the exception of the rule plays out, now they're like, see, next time, fuck my rules, I'm going to do this, right? And then when the next day comes and they decide to break the rules, that's when it became the day when they should have followed the rules. So now they're playing back and forth, ring around the rosy, breaking the rules, following the rules, breaking the rules, following the rules. And they're like, damn, these markets are trash. But in reality, it's because you keep on flip-flopping. You're not consistently doing the same shit. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, but yeah, so if in profit, that's a different conversation. But if you're already in drawdown, you might as well hold the SRTP gets hit. They say was that left during story time. Yeah, yeah, that was funny. That was funny. You asked me to do a story time. Well, you didn't ask me to do a story time. You asked, and I did a story time. Yeah, you ain't lying. The motherfuckers left. That shit was funny. Shout out to those that stay. That's what I be like saying. Shout out to those in the lives. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're saying. Shout out to those in the lives. It's just like during the TikTok lives when I be trying to tell motherfuckers to learn the full chart and not look at patterns or fucking moon cycles and shit. They leave the live. Like, man, what's this dude talking about? Why is he not complaining like everybody else? Why is he actually saying shit that makes sense, right? Or they look at me crazy when I tell y'all don't worry about a live account, go on a demo account first. I'm like, this is the shit y'all gotta like I sound different from everybody else for a reason, because I'm not trying to sell y'all a dream. I'm like being so straight up and honest with y'all motherfuckers. And you know, Some people want the story, you know what I mean? Because that gives them something to blame besides themselves in the charts, right? Because again, if you realize once the veil is open, once your eyes are open and you realize that you can learn what price is doing and it's not random, it's not Trump's fault, you can no longer blame the markets and Trump. And some people don't like that shit, right? Because they gotta blame something, right? Because if they don't blame the markets and Trump, that means they have to blame themselves. And you know, some people don't want to do that shit. New 5-minute just popped up. Yeah, so I'm flipping through this chart just so y'all can see what's going on. But like I said, I have my alerts, so I'm not really going to touch these till my alerts get hit anyways. But just so y'all can see what's going on with the other charts. But yeah, we're just in this trade right now. We're in drawdown currently, but we're still going to hold the SR till we gets hit. Alright, let's see what we're gonna push back. It's either gonna tease us or we're gonna BCR back above this level. About to see what happens though. We're gonna be on for a little bit longer. Y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. When we're looking at these charts, drop in the chat. Let's see what we got going on. I've been my trade review paper account since June 1st, engaging on when to take my vow soon. So you want to stay on that demo. Let me see what you said next. What time are your TikTok lives again? So today, let me check my schedule. But I'm going to what you was talking about, right? You want to stay on that demo account until you can end at least 4 weeks profitable. So week 1 green, week 2 green, week 3 green, week 4 green, right? You want to end not a day, but the week green. If you can end, my bad. Okay, so my schedule just got shifted. Okay, so we're gonna be going live today. Like 2 p.m. EST. Might be a little bit earlier, but we're gonna be going live on TikTok around 2 p.m. EST. All right. So your second question. You said what time we're gonna go live on TikTok? Around 2 p.m. EST. But make sure you click the link in the bio. I mean the link in the description, the first link to join the free Signal free Telegram. Because I'll always notify y'all and send the link every time we're live on TikTok and every time we're live on YouTube. But we're gonna be live around 2 o'clock maybe on YouTube. I mean TikTok today. Might be a little bit earlier, but I'm going towards 2 o'clock. If I finish some shit up earlier, I might go live earlier. But I'm leaning towards 2 o'clock EST, 2 p.m. EST. But yeah, so you want to end at least, because you can't end 4 weeks in a row green. You're not going to be realistically able to do that, or be able, because you have to understand, right? What throws people up, and I talked about this in this video right here. Let me find it really quick. I think I talked about it in this video. I dropped so many videos. I could be wrong. Let me see. I think I talked about it in this video. Right. Right, in this video, I also pull up a comment section from my YouTube, and you know, shout out to bro, because you know he's gonna help other people out. But I decided to put him in the YouTube video. Obviously not his face and shit or his name, so y'all can't like go find him and, you know, roast him or whatever. But I put that screenshot, I think it's in that video, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's in that video, because this is unfortunate what you see in the YouTube and the TikTok and Instagram spaces all the time as well. It's just a bunch of people that want help but argue, you know what I'm saying? Or like I said, they gotta blame something. It's always something's fault but theirs, you know what I mean? And I'm telling you, the sooner you realize the charts, you trust, you follow the charts, you respect the charts, and you start blaming yourself for both the winners and losers, the easier trading shit is going to be, right? So I'd recommend staying on it, because like, for example, this strategy, I practiced this strategy on a demo account for 3 months straight. Now that was a little extreme, but I wanted to make sure that this works long term. You see what I'm saying? So you want to make sure you're able to handle all market conditions, because that's what also throws people off. That's why you see all these, because all these popular traders, they're young as hell, like straight out of college, right? Straight out of high school. And the reason why everybody's been saying price action is bad is because these motherfuckers are brand new to trading and haven't even been trading full time for like 2+ years, right? So they haven't even had a full year in the markets. That's why as soon as the market shifted, they called it bad price action, or they were running around like the chickens with their heads cut off. You see what I'm saying? Because you got to be able to experience and trade all market conditions. But let me find this fucking photo really quick. I'm pretty sure it's in that video, but we can talk about it right here as well. Alright, so let me just block Buddy's name out, all that cool shit. And then let me pull it up really quick. But also make sure to watch my video, because I got videos going over funded accounts as well. So make sure to watch my video going over funded accounts. I'm gonna drop that in the chat for you also. I've been thinking about making a new video, because I haven't made a video talking about funded accounts in like a month or so. Wow. Damn, time really do be flying. I haven't made a funded account video in 6 months. I guess I should make another one. I might add that to the list this week. Who knows? I might do that today or Thursday. I'm telling you, this year's been flying. How's it already July? That shit crazy. Let me pull out the screenshot really quick. It just says practice. Like, the reason why I'm able to answer shit just like this, and the reason why it's been so consistent with the trades and the wins and the losses, is because, you know, I put the time in. That's what I'm telling people. Like, everybody, like, when people ask me how long it takes to learn this shit to be profitable, everybody's different. But if you put the time in, you show up, you take notes, you improve every day, you're going to see the results. I know that sounds cliche as hell, but it's facts. You just got to put the time and put the work in. This trial was hands down the fastest, the easiest one to learn, and the only one that made me profitable on top of teaching it how you do is overpowered. Let them know, I'm telling you, it's called a playbook for a reason. Because all the shit they teach y'all to be scared of, I cracked to understand how it works. All the stuff they complain about that fucks them up, we use that to our advantage. You see what I'm saying? That's why it works, because again, we're not trying to outsmart the markets, we're not battling against nobody. We're literally just doing what the markets are doing. Like, it's that simple. We're literally just going with the markets. And that's why we win so much, right? But this is the screenshot right here. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's in that video, but we're going to talk about it right here, right? So he was like, my confidence psychology are shot. I've been attempting to trade for the last 1.5 years. Ever since mid-November, I've been losing every single day. So I made the decision to quit and walk away at the end of January. So he left this comment in like March. This is like February and March we left this comment. So he said he was going to give up and quit, but he's back a month or two later, right? Then he says, everybody says trading is easy, but it's the hardest thing in the world to do. All right, it's not the hardest thing in the world to do. There's a way more harder jobs to fucking do in the life, right? But everything is hard until it becomes easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing rewarding is fucking easy as hell in the beginning, right? But he said, I did have a few payouts, but that was clearly from gambling, because every strategy I tried to spend time with never worked past 1 week. Let's run that back. He had a few payouts, But because again, he doesn't understand why he was winning trades. Because again, what's everybody tell you not to do? Learn the charts, right? So that's why it's important to understand the charts. Because when you understand what the fuck the markets are doing, you're gonna understand why you're winning trades, why you're losing trades, and when to take trades, when not to take trades. That's why everybody's confused, because they don't understand what is going on. You see what I'm saying? But he's saying it's from gambling though, right? So all his success, he just threw it in the garbage, says gambling, because now he's losing trades, right? But this is the most important part. He said, I tried and spent time with it, never worked past 1 week. 1 week. Why do you think 1 week is enough data or information to understand how the charts work, right? That's why I tell you. That's why I tell y'all it's a long term, and to take your time learning the shit, right? Because let's just go look at. I mean, we could just look at NAS100. Fuck it, right? Right. Let's just look at. So actually, NAS100 is not a good example. We can't use it, but let's go over here, right? This is not a really good example right here, right? So this is a Friday, right? So this is Monday through Friday. This is week 1, Monday through Friday, right? This is Monday through Friday, week 2, right? Then this is Monday through Friday, week 3, right? Then this is Monday through Friday, week 4, right? This is a month worth of trading that each week do the exact same thing. Absolutely not. We see 4 different weeks, 4 different things that played out. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm telling y'all to practice on a demo account for at least a month, because as soon as the market structure changes, on top of, majority of people don't know how to read the charts and they don't got their playbook. Get your copy of the playbook. Get your copy of the motherfucking playbook, right? But this is why it's so important to take your time and understand what the hell you got going on. Because he said his strategy is not working past 1 week, right? But when we look at a whole month of trading, did every fucking week play out the same exact way? Absolutely not. So why do you think every week is going to play out the exact same way? You see what I'm saying? That's why you got to understand the charts. That's why you got to understand the 3 cycles of market structure, right? Just like every Monday is not going to play out the same. This Monday is not going to play out the same like next Monday. More times than not, just like this Monday didn't play out like last Monday, right? This Tuesday is not going to be the same like last Tuesday or next week's Tuesday or 2 weeks from now's Tuesday, right? That's why it's important to understand market structure and what you get yourself into, because you can have a week like this where price did nothing but fly. So then Sunday night comes, you're like, man, I just dominated last week. I'm ready to go do the same thing again. But then you get a week like this, and now you're confused. You're like, well, last week price did nothing but fly to the upside. Why is price not doing that this week? Oh, it must be Trump. It must be the buyers. It must be the sellers. It must be bad price action. It must be gambling. You see what I'm saying? But all it is the market structure change, but also the different parts of the trends are coming into play, right? That's why I always tell y'all, watch any of my trade breakdowns, Playmaker University, one-on-one sessions, TikTok lives. What's the first thing I always talk about? The first thing I always talk about is identifying the trends and the cycles we're in. That's the first thing I always talk about everywhere. Because this is going to help you know what the fuck is going on. You see what I'm saying? This is going to help you know what the fuck's going on. So we got gold pushing. So again, with gold, if we can BCR and maintain 40-60 as resistance, we can look for sales and put NAS100 back up on here. Like I said, I think I talk about that a little bit more in depth and detail in that trading psychology video, so make sure to check that out. So make sure to practice on the demo account, watch my funded account videos, and just keep on tuning in and taking notes. So we're back at our entry on GJ. So about to see if it's going to BCR and push back up for us. About to see what's going to BCR and push back up for us. Let me slide this back over. Again, y'all, make sure to use discount code locked in for 25% off everything. That's the signal room, the playbook, one-on-one sessions, Playmaker University, yearly signals, lifetime signals. Everything is 25% off. Let's see what GJ's about to do for us. New 5-minute just popped up. Let's see what GJ's about to do for us. Some of your comments won't go through. It depends what you're saying. depends what you're saying. Let me see if I can see it on my end. Yeah, it depends what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying, but if you're saying some crazy shit or cussing a lot, I might block it. You gotta remember, this is YouTube, so, you know, depending on what you're saying, you might censor it or block it. Can you drop your videos on trying to market support and resistance? Are you talking about my key price lows? I go over that in Playman University as well as one-on-one sessions. Because I can explain it to you right now, but you're not gonna get it. Like, I've only had one person after breaking it down the first time get it. It's gonna leave you with more questions and leave you more confused. But first, you gotta understand market structure first as well, because it's based on market structure as well. Let's see if GJ is going to push back up for us. Let's see what GJ is talking about. If you got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we're looking at any charts, drop them in the chat. And make sure to subscribe, y'all. We're almost at 6,600 subscribers. We can get to that easily. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. And we're back at our entry. Let's see if we can hit TP1. We're at TP1 now. And see, that's why I said just hold to SRT, because imagine we would have closed the trade because we were so close to having our SL hit. Now we're in profit. You see what I'm saying? That's what I said. That's the whole point. Just stick to the game plan. Just stick to the game plan. Even if stop loss got hit, like I said, oh well. Whoop-de-doo. We're still in profit. You see what I'm saying? Just gotta stick to the game plan. Just gotta stick to the game plan. Yeah, that thing is pushing now. We just hit TP2. So we was in drawdown, but again, this is why you just gotta stick to the game plan. You gotta stick to the game plan. Now we're in profit on this thing. Yeah, just waiting for them. Just waiting for them. Probably gonna trade them New York session. They're kind of just chilling right now. All right, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to everybody's been live since the beginning. Shout out to everybody's been live since y'all joined. Again, this is a good live, good example. That's why I like to do these lives. You see different things every day. But yeah, so we're gonna let this thing keep playing. Nobody should close this trade red, especially after we just got out of drawdown. All right. So again, if you're not in the signal, don't know where the entry SLTPs is. Don't let a winner turn to a loser. Make sure you catch the videos and the playlist. All playlists are up to date. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Again, only have one Instagram, one TikTok. There's fake Telegrams, there's fake Instagrams, there's fake TikToks. Only join through my links and only follow that Instagram and that TikTok. Again, I don't care how similar the pages look. These are my only accounts, all right? These are my only accounts. I get screenshots every other day of people getting finessed by fake accounts, all right? This is my only account. It's my only account. I'll never lie to y'all about some dumb shit like, oh, you give me $500, I can flip it to $5,000. I'm not going to tell y'all to join some business investment bullshit. You know, I'm not going to be like, hey, how's your trading going? And I'm definitely not going to hit y'all up day after day after day begging y'all to buy some shit, all right? Only thing I got that's less than $50 or is the books, all right? Literally, I only offer Playmaker University, the Signal Room, one-on-one sessions, and the books. I don't do anything else. Alright, so again, to make your life easier, follow me now. If an account contacts you and it says follow back, red flag. If you DM me and say, hey, DMing the real account, and another account hits you up and you don't see your message saying this is the real account, red flag. All right, I'm being more specific because I say like 20 times every live I only got one account, but people keep on getting finessed. I get people be hopping in and out the lives as well. But again, please y'all just follow that shit. Don't search me up nowhere. Just click the links. If the links don't work, just DM me. All right, just DM me. Because it's fake telegrams as well. Some of y'all are in fake telegrams with 50 followers where the words are bold and fucking hieroglyphics and shit. Alright, so make sure only join through my links. Only contact me and follow me on that Instagram and TikTok. And we should be live later on TikTok today as well, around 2 o'clock, maybe a little bit earlier. And yeah, nice trade right here. Peace, we out.